Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Soviet Republic Workers' Resources People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture 178. Cheers for the railroad, the elevated railroad that is finally complete. Krallev, King Lion. Good. Surprisingly good. Yes, this railroad is now finished and it's time to take it into utilization, to start to use it. First of all, we remove all these semaphores that may not make the most sense for regular operations, since they were for construction purposes. Right there. Remove this, and we also semaphore this up properly again, as it's supposed to be. Which means not allowed to put a semaphore there. We could even remove this, maybe. There you go. This is now regular one way again. Nothing strange going on anymore. We'll remove these construction tracks too when we get to it, and when we are reasonably certain that this is working. Yes. And this way, it'll be going like so. And of course, can't place semaphore on the thing. But I can place a semaphore there. I don't know. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Doesn't really. I don't think it matters that much. I can either do that or put one in the middle. It will probably have the same effect. There's supposed to be a space here too, right? I mean, come on, this is pretty damn rubbish that we can't place semaphores on bridges. Yes, it is. Such is it. And then we do a chain signal in and a regular block signal out of this place, and we do a mixed here. Do we? No, we don't. We just do regular. There we go. That ought to have it somewhat suitable for regular traffic, I think. Let's go and find a depot. Depot. Yes, rail depot. There it is. We even have a train set here. A train set. A train. And I prepared a line for this. Raffinaderierna. Yes. Apply that to that train, and yes. Although this should have a different configuration, I think, slightly different. Passenger wagon. Do we do something different, or we go with these? I suppose we go with these. Send you off even? No, why not? We continue with this type of locomotive and wagon. Why change anything? How many trains do you think? I reckon about 4. 4 ought to do it. We can't have too many. That's going to cause problems. Since we don't have enough blocks in the on the railroad. It's not what I intended, but okay. Here you go. Passenger wagon of that kind, and there we go. Send you off too. Right, let's see how they fare here. Is that the first one? We start by fueling up here. Very prudent course of action. You're sort of on the wrong track, but it will sort itself out. You'll just have to go around here and do a little loop, turn around thing, and then come back. And it'll be alright. You don't worry about this. Just wait. One possible issue here that we may face is that when the passengers are about to board the train, they have a look into the future and see that the oil refinery is already fully staffed, and therefore I'm not getting on this train because there are no workplaces available at the other end of the line. And if that's the case, we'll have to retire a few buses. I'll retire a few buses in either case. Red. Yes, this that's because of this. I'll remove this. Get on with it down up ahead there, please. Why is this red? Ah, because that is on that thing, and that's... you really don't need to be red. They only have 200 and something passengers for us. How many do we get? All of them. Great. Oh, I see now. I have to make a little adjustment here because they're doing silly things. List of lines, the Utopia workers. You know, on your way back from here, you go via this semaphore. You do not go in there under any circumstances. You shouldn't be doing that. Here we are. First proper train on the elevated tracks. Regrettably, the speed is a bit limited on this here elevated track, but that's how it is. Oh, it is not the first train. This was the first train. Ah. Okay. Whatever. We can see that the smokestacks, from the smokestacks we can see that the oil refineries are working quite well. have to say. Do you even get off all the workers or what happens? No, you only got off like a small percentage of them. That would be because we have these buses that are not... We're not going to keep all these buses. We're going to retire a few of them, and then we won't have this issue anymore. Because this I don't like. Bringing workers back into town. No. And we could do a little trick too, to sort of get them to get off the train, whether a workplace is currently available at the oil refinery or not. We get to that eventually here. I just need to find the depot. Here is the depot. You go to the depot, you go to the depot. I think we keep like 2 buses in operation or something. We want the train to be the main thing. We have 2 buses left on the line. Good. That's working. You made your way back out here. Great. And for my little trick then, to get them to get off the train, whatever happens, is that you do this. So, yeah, you're bringing like lots of workers back. That's no good. You go there, and there, say. From here, we need workers waiting. You're not set to pick up workers, are you? No, you only unload. Very good. Now, next time a train comes around here, it will unload all the workers. I hope. I think. Because apparently you can't set this, which you can do for buses. Where did the bus go? Buses, you can set this. Force citizens to step out of the thing. But that is not possible to do. Yes, you can. No, I don't need this. Force them out. They'll have to wait around here, for example, and then we don't actually need this. Although it could be good to have. It could be good to have. How did you bring any work? You still brought workers back. Why did you do that? Because you're not allowing workers to wait here. Yeah, this is slightly messy. It's a few teething problems, you could say. Now then, look again. Refinery workers. Get the line. Thank you. And you force people out here. From here you could go either to oil refinery, prefab panels factory, or the other bus platform. And from the other bus platform, we don't really need to tell them where to go. Because they'll either go to one of these workplaces, which hopefully all are in walking range. Yes, they are. Or if not, if there isn't a workspace available, they'll simply go home. Yeah, we have 41 workers waiting there. This is more like it, 499. There, now they all stand around or on the platform for a bit, for an hour. Oh, pardon. And then they have a look around, see where there is a work available. Oh, I got the hiccups. Great. And then just maybe they will work at oil refinery or go stand at the bus platform or something else. Right now we're having a slightly worse situation than we did with only the buses, but give this a little time to settle into things and get them all used to it. I think they will back in maximum production here pretty soon. There you go. Few of them actually walked into here. Was that necessary? No. That should only happen if the refineries are full. Preferably. Now we have workers waiting around here, and then they'll get into the refinery at one time or other. In either case, there has now been a little time since the train arrived. Yes, we have a little bit of a deadlock here. Yes, we remove this. Remove this. And are you sure you need to be stopping here? No? You can go ahead. And so can you, really. We spam semaphores on this and see if that helps or solves the problem. And get you to move along onto there, at the very least. Well, that doesn't really help. Neither does that. Or maybe. Now it turned white. "92 workers on board. That's not impressive." This is more like it, 500. Yes, but you shouldn't have to wait at a place like that. Because you're not actually crossing. And we couldn't... you were actually crossing down there. But what? Okay, we have to do this for this line too then. When on your way back, you go via this semaphore. There's no reason for you to take that detour. It's just silly business. Don't do it. There's maybe a bit much traffic here on the railroad. There is one. A train is fueling up here too. That doesn't really help. Fully loaded train going to the refinery. Great. no workers on board coming back, which is also very good. I know. Could we call it? What do we call this? Is it good looking? This elevated railroad? Is it functional? The buses were more functional so far. Actually, and a lot cheaper and quicker to get into action. Yeah, but they were buses and not trains. I have 749 workers waiting here at the platform by the refineries. How many workers in the refineries? Not that impressive. I'd prefer it if you... still, it hasn't bedded in quite yet. You need give it a little bit more time. Be a little bit patient here. And I'm sure it will work itself out. Now they're starting to walk. This one is almost up to 100%, and now that the next shift is walking in, most of them walked to the bus platform though. And here comes the next train. Great. There we go. Now we're running both refineries at 100%. Again, lovely. That's what we would like to see. 500 workers there, 450, 493, and yet another 237 there. I don't think that we'll have a lack of workforce here anytime soon. These, unless they can find an available work spot when their waiting time is up, they'll simply go home. Yeah, which is good. I could set them to go back to the train platform, but then they'll end up in an endless loop here, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and that has penalties in their happiness and their demand for food. So we'll try and avoid that for time being. This is great though. Yep. Both refineries running very nicely. How are we doing out here in the meantime? Since we're taking not that great. It could also be down to traffic snarl ups and things that we've had recently. Yeah, this is properly busy train place now. Trains coming and going all the time. You know, I think that this will be plenty to keep the refineries in workers. It would seem so, yes. Why is the can't store or export fuel? What? Destination is full. No, it's not. What's up with this then? Can store or export fuel. It's this multiplexing of resources out of the oil refineries. It might not work at scale. Maybe. The way we take... Yeah. Maybe not. This is no good. That they can't store or export fuel. That is supposed to go in there. Well, if I have to do a dedicated pipeline for it, I'm more than happy to do so. Do we have like a see here? Do we have like an input available on this? Yes, we do. Boom. Forwarding pumps. And the pipe. There you go. Yes, another forwarding pump. Here, want to do it. Yes, and then we take pipe. Go check underground that is actually hooked up all the way. Yes, it is. Very good. We assign the construction officers to do the work. That should take care of your fuel export problem. Eventually. And you have no such problems. Well, you might be getting them. Okay. What do we do then? We put in yet another one of these pipelines. Those. Yes, now it's starting to get quite messy again here with all the pipes. Yes, how it is. And it also bypasses the internal the prioritization here, where it's supposed to send fuel for our internal use down here first and foremost. But hopefully there'll be enough over, or in not too long a time we will be in a severe fuel crisis and will die. Could also be the case. We shall see. Some other infrastructure is indeed not in the way. Just needs to dig a bit deeper. Building in the way. Ah. There you go. No building in the way. Still, it's going to take a little while to get that dug in. And immediately the construction traffic is causing chaos on the roads. Wonderful. And the bitumen is being taken care of nicely for some reason, but the fuel, problematic. How much oil are we pumping into this system now? 10 tons a second. Okay. Good. Any oil ending up on the ship? Not a whole lot. No, most of it is being refined. That's a sight. That the oil refinery is going almost at 100%. The only reason they're not is because we have a little problem of getting the fuel out at the moment, but that's being remedied. Just need to wait a while for them to actually do this. Finish these pipes and the pumping stations and whatnot. As we can see from the traffic, they are hard at work on it, say at the very least. Yes, and I am going quite long this evening because I'm getting that damned railroad. That was such an effort. So now I want to reap and enjoy the fruits of that hard labor for a little bit. And that will be seeing this going full tilt without any interruption. And like this stochastic property that I show here with breakages in the production. So we'll have to wait until these pipes are finished. Which will take like no time at all. Actually, it won't be that bad, I don't think. Meanwhile, whilst they're doing that, we can go and have a look at how the oil exploitation is going. If it's going at all. No, it's not. There's still a pipe here that's not finished, maybe. Or it could be missing completely. Why isn't this moving? This is moving. That's moving. That's moving. That is not moving. You can't store or export oil. Well, that's hooked up to there. That's hooked up to there, and that's hooked up to the network. What's that? Oh, we are backed up. We're backed up with oil. Okay, so we have actually now what you call it, satiated? No, but we have we're pumping more oil than we can fit into the last bit of pipe. Is what we're doing. But they're all online. They're all hooked up into one single network. It's just that from some point along the way here, we'd actually need to separate these into a separate pipeline all the way to the refinery. I'm not going to. But that means that we're leaving oil on the table here. We do have a pumping harbor down here. We could pump it onto a tanker. Where is it being backed up? This is standing still, and this is moving, but it has quite a bit in stock. So say, for example, this tank is full. From this tank, we could put the pumping harbor here, maybe. Are you being silly again? Am I? Perhaps, but then again, I didn't do all this just to have them standing still. Tell you that. What I'm thinking here is another pumping harbor and not reusing the one that we already have. It would seem that one pipe is enough to carry or feed to oil refineries. So whatever is left over here is then simply something that we can't refine, even though we have 2 oil refineries. So ships, pumping harbor, can't build on the water. Some parts are required to be in the water, you don't say. Wireframe is going to help. Although it's impossible to see here on the snow. It is on. Supposedly so, but it is not, as I said, possible to see. Try and get a straight edge on this. Somewhat. Something like that. Do it a bit. Get it a bit deeper too, whilst we're at it. Yes, and pumping harbor again. There you go. No problem at all. pumping harbor is also going to need a little bit of electricity. We wouldn't happen to have a free connection around here on a switch or something. Nope. Do have a free connection over on the transformer though, so we'll take it there. Yep. There we go. And a pipeline too. And I think that what we have to do to get this right is remove a little bit of piping here. There. Put a splitting pump on this. Like so. And put the pipe back in. There. And do a pipe down to the harbor too. We can get them started on this. That bit anyway. Yes, because we need a forwarding pump. Preferably somewhere where electricity already exists. Which will be there, but that is... I believe that is too far away. That though is not too far away. Is it facing... yes, it is facing the right way. I think that we need yet another one. About there. And a pipe. Starting to get the hang of these pipes here now, I think. There we go. Continue to that one and into there. Although that's not actually hooked up. There you go. So then we can set the priority to first and foremost send it forwards. And whatever doesn't fit down that way, we'll send down to the harbor and we'll have a tanker and we'll send that off to foreigners. Okay? Tanker or two maybe. Yeah, I think so. How is this now doing with oil refineries and their output of the fuel? It's taken care of. They don't have any fuel. Is this still working though? It seems full. Here is a distribution office that is loading from the wrong place. This should be loading from here. Hope that this will get refilled. I don't know how the priorities work right now, since we don't actually have priorities in that sense. And there we have dedicated pipe for the fuel going straight into here. That's very good. The bitumen works itself out on its own via the multiplexing system. And we seem to have enough oil to almost have enough oil to supply both refineries most of the time anyway. Yeah, we reached the maximum capacity of a pipeline here. At 10 tons a second. It won't do anymore. And I'm not pulling a pipe all the way. Nope. That boat though, we could send it to the foreigners, or we could send it here and have it pump it into this one. I don't know about that. That will be for future ponderings. The important bit is that we have both oil refineries running more or less at 100%. A bit annoying that they aren't running at exactly 100% due to a lack of petroleum. When we have the petroleum, it's just that the transportation of it is slightly limited. There you go. And I think that there is another one along the way, isn't there? No, there isn't. Power. We got power. Good. What do we aim for? Do we aim for try and keep it to an hour? This time we won't have this done in an hour or in 10 minutes, which is what's remaining until the hour mark. No. But this is an occasion, this installment, since we got the railroad for the oil refineries in. And we won't want to put people off watching it because of the incredible length of it. So, we'll stop it then. Yeah, I could, but no. No. Not this time. Trucks are coming. It's New Year's again. Wouldn't you know it? That was not that satisfying, that once we had all this pumping business set up, it couldn't actually transport it. How is it looking like there should be another tank about here? That's full too. What? Okay, so already here we're overextending the capabilities of the pipeline. It's just barely not enough to keep 2 oil refineries going full tilt, 1 pipe. Then we've learned. Okay. Good lesson to learn. What to do about it. Yeah, we could have ships sailing, transporting. We could have like the internal pumping harbor here, say. Yes. Yes, and then have a pipeline go into there. Ships filling up out there somewhere with whatever can't fit in the pipe. Yes, that will have to be for future use. Future. That will have to be for future. That's what it will have to be. This harbor is going to take a little while to do, especially considering how far away the concrete is for it. Even though we have a pretty clever setup for delivering it as efficiently as possible, still going to be a little while. There you go. Now all of those constructions are assigned and we're good to go. Eventually this harbor will be finished and we'll be able to pump oil that doesn't fit in the pipe down this way and put it on a ship. The slight problem is just that even up here in this tank is also full. What if we discard a little bit of it? Does it keep filling up? Yes, it does keep filling up at quite a rate, in fact. That's no good. Oh, then we'd have to take like the output of how can this tank not be filling up if this one is? This one is earlier in the chain. Doesn't necessarily have to make sense. No. Yeah, but we could do a second pipe from this tank then, all the way. Oh. I'm not sure about that. No. I think I'd rather ship it in. What's wrong with the workflow now? Flow of workers. We seem to have very few workers here. Very, very few workers have the trains screwed up, maybe. So it would appear. So it would appear indeed. Well, that's because you want to go... What? Yeah, that's because you want to go in there and you have had a little bit of a misfortune, you could say. But if this one, why isn't that one moving along? It has a free track. Or it is, okay, that is going to the oil refinery, so that needs to turn in there. Right. This is no good. Scheisse. Well, We could get out of it this time by doing this. Sending this to the Utopia train platform instead. But that's not a long-term solution because this, the law of Murphy, this will happen again. And of course, this is just simply no good to have that cross over in that fashion. And this will happen unless we protect this. If we do not let trains in. Wait, now. Let's say we put if we put a chain signal there. Then a train will not be let in here unless that is green. Will that help anything? If the other train is coming this way and it wants to go down that way. It might. I can't think in so many steps right now as to ascertain whether that would work or not, but it might help alleviate the situation slightly. The platform is full, not for long. The signaling here could probably be improved then. Yeah, same thing here really. This should be a chain signal. That should only show green if the next block is also clear. Because if that is showing green while that is showing red, then you get the train stuck right there. That's no good. This might help a little bit, but it's not completely safe, and it won't be tonight. That will have to be a different evening. Let's see here. How are they coming on the harbor? Where did I put it? It's here. Yeah, they're coming along, slowly but surely. Missing concrete, I don't say. Yeah, but everything is assigned and they're going to get to work on it soon enough. Right now we're leaving way too much oil here unexploited. I've done all this work getting all this. I'm not going to have it just sit around and do nothing. So there we have it. 1 hour on the dot. 1 hour, 1 minute maybe on the dot. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for watching the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture. There is still a bit of tweaking to do, and hopefully the new hardware will arrive any day now, so we can get this, experience this at a bit better frame rate, and when we have a better frame rate, we'll do a tour of the entire thing. Cheers. Good night.